People always ask me, how do I start? Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I upload weekly videos on simplicity and joyful living. Today we are talking all about how to start your tidying festival. So to do that, we have my Tidying Festival Planning Guide. So this is a free guide I have on my website, and it's actually the exact same tool I use with my clients. And so you can definitely go to my website and download this tool, or you can just write it in your notebook and follow along. On the first page, there is a little bit more info about who I am. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Helen Yan. I am a KonMari Master Consultant and trained professional organizer. I became a KonMari consultant after doing this process myself many years ago. It completely changed my life. I will post my link about my KonMari story up there. Before we get into this guide, I want to address one question that I get all the time, which is, Helen, when is a good time to get started? There are several seasons in a year where decluttering and organizing becomes a trending topic. And honestly, any time is a good time. If you're waiting until you have more time, it's never going to happen. If you don't take control of your time, somebody else in your life will. Your spouse or coworkers or your boss or your family or your child will be like, oh, you don't have anything to do? Why don't you come and help me with this project? So you have to take control of your time. Anytime is a good time to start. Marie Kondo says, to start discarding without thinking ahead at all would be like casting yourself into the negative spiral of clutter. Instead, begin by identifying your goal. That is why I created and designed this guide to help people start and plan their tidying festival. This is not just your regular decluttering and organizing. It's a tidying festival because this is a once-in-a-lifetime event where we go all out. We look at every single object in your home, decide to keep only the ones that support your ideal life. If you're wondering if it's really possible to do this once and for all, yes, it is. The first set of questions is all about your starting point. Before you start, reflect on why do you want to tidy and how do you currently feel at home. There must be a reason why you want to do this tidying festival. We need to figure out why do you want to do it and remind yourself, so when you feel unmotivated, you can go back to what you wrote and remind you why you started in the first place. Do you have a favorite part of your home? Is it a room, a function, or the decor style? Why do you love it? When you can think about what you love about specific parts of specific rooms, it really helps you narrow down your vision about what is it that you like about it and what do you want more of in your home. So then, of course, we have, what is your least favorite part of your home? Is it a forgotten area or a room that causes you the most stress? What do you want to change? So the next set of questions are all about your ideal life, meaning what is the life that's going to bring you the most joy? And having this vision will really help you clarify what do you need to keep in your home. Starting with the first question, how would you like to feel at home? Choose 3 keywords you will use to describe your ideal home. I love this question because it's short, it's simple, and everyone has words that they would like to use to describe their home. So I've heard things like fun and joy, and also things like peaceful, calm, serene. And honestly, anything goes as long as it's how you want to feel at home. And these words will really help you decide, is this item what I mean when I say X? Okay, so this next question is, if your home is tidy, how would your life improve? How would you feel at home? Would you spend your time any differently? What is the motivation behind your tidying festival? Sometimes when I first ask people this question, they'll say, Helen, I want to live in a space that is organized and uncluttered and I can find my things. But that's not your ideal life, because after we do a tidying festival and we have decided what you're keeping and where you're storing those items, you will live in an uncluttered space and you will be able to find everything. But then what? Right? So you have to think further. So if your home is tidy and if your space is clear, what do you want to do more at home? Do you want to entertain more? Do you want to do more exercise? Do you want to cook more at home? Have different hobbies? So think about what is it that you actually want to do at home. This next question is what I call writing down your ideal life vision statement. If you had 3 to 5 hours at home with no obligations, how would you spend your time at home? Let's visualize the ideal lifestyle that will bring you the most joy. One of the key things in having a successful tidying festival is to really have a clear, concrete picture of what is your ideal life. Be as specific as possible. You can close your eyes and think about it. And I love a quiet evening, so I might start there. You can think about, is there any music playing in the background? What am I doing? Do I have a scented candle burning? What kind of lighting is there? Do I maybe want to take a bath or read some books or listen to some jazz or do some yoga? So really think in specific terms what you would like to have in your ideal life. Next up, we have the tidying steps. There are a few key points we have here, starting with tidy by category, not by location. Before the KonMari method, I have always tidied by location and not category. But when you do it by category, that's when you can really see how many items you own. You can compare favorites, you can let go of duplicates. The second step is to gather all your items. Because we are tidying by category, you do have to go around your home to look for different items in different rooms that belong in the same category. Remember to only do your own items. So if you are doing the clothing category, do just your clothing. The third step is joy check. How you joy check is you must hold each item in your hand and really feel it to see if you feel that spark of joy inside of you. When you're holding something that sparks joy for you, there's like a lightness, there's a smile on your face. And the next step is to discard with gratitude. We need to thank each item for coming into our life and for serving its purpose. And we say thank you to each item before we let it go. And the last step is storage. All storage is considered temporary until you have done your tidying festival. You never know how your space is going to serve you, so just don't get too hung up on finalizing storage. And of course, we always recommend storing like items together, because if we're sorting by category, we also store by category. It's just so much easier for you to find what you need. So next up, we have commitment. If you want something, you have to make a plan for it. It's not just going to happen on its own. So think about how much are you willing to commit to this process. Go to your calendar and see when you're going to start. Maybe it's today or maybe it's tomorrow. Choose a starting date and then mark it down in your calendar. Next, we have organizing goals. So give yourself a deadline, ideally no longer than 6 months. For many of my clients, I do a 3-hour session once a week. And for something like that, we can usually finish the tidying festival in about 3 to 4 months. So the next part, we have time to get organized. Schedule time in your calendar for your tidying festival. For best results, block 3 to 5 hours at a time in your calendar to tidy without any distraction. Even if you're not hiring a person to work with you, you should still block it out in your calendar and really prioritize that time. Treat it like it's any other important appointment you have in your life. The next page is all about reflection. As you go through each category, you're going to learn things about yourself, and I want you to write those things down, because these things that we learn about ourselves are really the steps that's going to teach us how to change our mindset and what really creates change in the future. The last page is a KonMari checklist. As I mentioned, we do this by category. If you don't want to do one whole category at a time, like if it's too overwhelming to do your entire closet, you can break it down into smaller subcategories. So you can do the tops, the bottoms, the dresses, the activewear, sleepwear, loungewear, socks, underwear. Like there's so many different subcategories for each of the main categories. So that is my entire tidying festival planning guide. This is a tool I created because it's so needed, and I use it with all of my clients, and I know it will bring so much value to you if you are doing a tidying festival and you just need some help to get started. If you'd like to find out more about what it's like to work with me, definitely check out my website, HelenYun.com. Feel free to reach out to me over DM or email me from my website. And if you got a lot of value out of today's video, I hope you will subscribe to my channel and like this video. And until next time, choose joy, live well.